have won 7 Grammys, sold over 25 million albums, and therefore are the highest-selling female group in the world. Please welcome to Rove Live, Dixie Chicks. Hello, hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you? Going all right?
Yeah, doing great.
Hello, Natalie. And Marty, how are you?
Great.
Wow, total silence. Well, I kissed the ladies. Excellent. How are we all going?
Great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Lovely to see you all. Now, first off, congratulations on your recent Grammy wins, which brings you up to a total of 7, I believe.
Yes.
There is dispute, but it is 7.
It is 7. It's our album won 1 for packaging, so 8, but we have 7 on the shelf.
A good packaged album is what every group should have. Now, does this recent success mean a new tattoo? Because I know with every milestone, career milestone, you guys get a tattoo.
We don't get them for awards. You can't really see mine through the chains, but we get them for #1 singles, #1 albums, gold and platinum. So we have 9 now, but we're supposed to have 19.
Wow. So you have decided, have you drawn a line and just gone no?
No, we couldn't get them when we were pregnant, and I was pregnant, and then Emily was pregnant. So, and I don't know what our excuse is right at this very moment.
So Emily, where'd the whole idea for the tattoos come from?
You know, it was a dare because Marty used to say that people who had tattoos were white trash. And so Natalie already had one. And so Natalie took offense to it and said, well, why don't we make a pact that if we, you know, this was very early on, and Marty and I don't think could have ever imagined we would have this success. So we agreed to the bet that if these things happen, we would get these tattoos. And now we're white trash.
Will it stop at will it stop at some point when they're when they start heading up your legs? You might go, right, either we'll stop producing good music or just get rid of the tattoos.
And we're gonna stick to 1 foot.
That'll be the end of it.
Now take us back to when you all started, because Marty, you all started out, you and Emily started out busking.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we went down to the street corners of Dallas, Texas, and opened our guitar and fiddle cases, and people threw money, and we thought, wow, this is lucrative. We can do this instead of waiting tables. We made over $300 in the first hour.
Wow, that's not bad. Yeah. And how old or young were you at the time?
I was 16, you were 19?
I was 19.
Gee, that's all right. So was it fun busking at that age? You know, I guess other people probably out working at McDonald's or things like that.
We had done it when we were younger kids, and that was all fun and good. But when you're 19 years old, you're just hoping and praying the boy you like is not going to walk down the street and see you on the street corner playing for money. So.
And then, Natalie, you joined the girls a little later on in the success of the band.
I got them off the street.
Yes, you did. You came in and went, I'll pay you that $300, come and work with me. Now, being that they are sisters, was it tough to come into what is an established band with 2 siblings?
It wasn't. I don't know. Because they've been working together for so long, it's a relationship beyond being sisters. And so I think the 3 of us really have a equal relationship. And in the beginning, I was just too naive to know any better. I came in with all this confidence and didn't realize, you know, what they had already built with this band, and they were really nervous, and it took a lot of courage to, you know, change lead singers. That doesn't happen that often.
Because it was a bit of a turning point with the Dixie Chicks, but just as Natalie came in, there was a chance where you may have folded the group altogether. Is that correct?
Well, at the time we had a regional following, a local following around Dallas, and so in our minds we had something to lose. You know, we had a mailing list, and we would send out these, you know, newsletters and things like that. So they were very loyal fans, and we'd already changed the lead singer before we changed this lead singer. So we were afraid people were just going to give up on us and go, all right, no more lead singers.
We're the menudo of country music.
Oh, menudo.
You know how they throw you out of the band
at
puberty? We throw them out of the band when they hit 40.
But Menudo, didn't that create Ricky Martin? Didn't he come from Menudo?
Yes. Yeah. So I guess I'll be next out of the band because I'm closest to 40.
That's a good thing or a bad thing. Now, Natalie, tell us a little bit about all this controversy that's happened with the comments you made about US President George. Well, it was one thing you said, and everyone's just gone, ah, how wrong was that?
Where do I start? I have gone through every emotion about this thing. Right now, I'm almost sort of bored with it, but I'm mad. I'm angry because, you know, I said the one thing and people cannot like what I said. I understand that. But then they started putting words in my mouth that I didn't say, and that really angered me, you know, saying that we're not patriotic and we don't support the troops, which is just, first of all, an ignorant thing to say, and second of all, an ignorant thing to believe. Because no matter if you're for the war or against it, who's not for those guys out there who want something bad to happen to them? That's the exact reason I don't want to go to war, is because of these people.
Have you ever had anything like that that gets so blown out of proportion as well, where it's almost tabloid stuff, where they're saying all of a sudden no one's buying the Dixie Chicks albums and they're burning them in the street, when it was just a couple of stations chose not to play the song anymore?
It makes for a good radio, good TV. It makes for a good story, and so I think people ran with it. You know, they'd show, you know, people smashing CDs and all this sort of thing. But in her hometown of Lubbock, you know, the news came out and they were going to have this big
Bring your CDs and we'll crush them with a big, you know, truck, and the news shows up. It's going to be a great story, and 6 people showed up.
They show close-ups
they
of the 6 people smashing the CDs,
and they probably had to go buy the CDs just to crush them because they weren't fans to begin with. So bonus for us.
So has this whole situation changed your feelings on you voicing your opinions? Do you feel now that you can't express how you feel and how you think?
No, for me it's the opposite. The minute you tell me I can't say something and you take away that right that I have as an American, and that's exactly when I'm going to start using it. We've never been a political band, and we've never believed in using the stage as a platform to preach our beliefs, and we still don't. This was a joke said to entertain a crowd in London, which it did. And it's just gotten completely carried away, and now we're thrown into the middle of this political whirlwind, and we have to go with it and now defend ourselves and sort of tell everyone how we feel. And it wasn't a goal of ours. And you know, it's because of the industry we're in. There's tons of rock stars and people in Hollywood who speak out and who are political and who are constantly, you know, wearing logos or whatever on their shirts and are very well versed and educated on the whole situation. And you know, we just are independent people who have our own opinion just like every single other person, and it's because apparently we are in a genre of music that is all
very conservative.
So people would think anyway. Well, that's good for you guys. Now, how's motherhood going, especially for you, Emily? You've just had the baby. I actually saw you guys performing. I was actually in New York when you were performing for the Today Show at Rockefeller.
Oh,
and then you were ready to go.
That was huge.
And the skill of playing a banjo when you've got a small child gestating inside you. I was totally impressed.
You know, it was a whole new skill I had to learn, playing banjo side saddle.
We say her butt just got big enough to where she wouldn't fall flat on her face.
And Marty, what about you? Children, you're the only Dixie chick who has no chicks of her own.
I know, I'm practicing every day.
Good to hear. Well, the girls are going to be back for us after the break to sing for us, but for now, please thank Dixie Chicks, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all very much. It was wonderful. Thanks, Natalie. Thanks, Marty. Well, we'll be back with the Dixie Chicks here on Rove Live.